Hi, you guys. Lady Rochelle here, author and founder of Warriors Talk, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is a special edition of Warriors Talk, which is Visions of Happiness, which is a poem collection that I have been working on for the past 10 years. And I'm finally done, and I'm getting ready to celebrate my 50th birthday on June the 28th. So I am doing 28 poems in 28 days, every day at 8 p.m. until the 28th, which is my birthday. I will be 50. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about finishing this collection and moving on to the next collection. I don't know what that collection is going to entail, but this collection is all about transformation from pleasure and pain to my purpose. And so in the poems, you get to see me graduate and mature. So I'm excited just to share my poetry, and I'm vulnerable, and just like Erykah Badu, I'm sensitive about my poetry. So but I do want to hear your feedback. So if you're watching this or you're watching the replay, just like it or share it out to someone else. So again, tonight is Visions of Happiness, and my poem for tonight is titled Keymo Dayzee, and as always, I'll explain it after I'm done reading it. So let me just turn the music down. So again, this is Keymo Dayzee. Achy bones, loose teeth, chocolate skin. What the hell is happening? Black fingernails, smelling of crusty sores, wondering how much more. Toxics dripping in my veins, hour after hour, is enough to drive anyone insane. The pain of sores in my mouth has caused me to lose weight and look paper thin. No appetite, no relief in sight. I can't fathom why this journey began. Trying to hold on when I have every reason to let go. Seeing those little eyes looking up at me is enough to bring me to my knees, praying and asking my Heavenly Father to preserve me. Growing old, wanting to see my seeds in bloom, popping pills, hoping to eliminate the residue. Finding strength I never knew. Life goes on until the good Lord sees fit. Celebrating life day by day while my beauty fades away. Hair shedding like rain falling immensely from the sky. The rain hides my tears as it disappears into thin air. Paralyzed by collateral damage, searching for a better tomorrow. My blood was running thin, so the doc had to pump some more in. Life has a way of humbling you and bringing to you praise. Praise for the things of the past, the present, and the future. Knowing what's to come is better than what's been. So I hold on with all my might, keeping hope on these sleepless nights. Praying to my Heavenly Father to erase the stain from these chemo days. And that's that piece. All right, so that poem was titled Keymo Dayzee, and I wrote it because it reflects everything that I was going through when I had to take chemo. So I was diagnosed, I found my lump, first of all, for those who don't know, November the 1st when I was in Vegas on vacation, found my lump. And when I came back, made an appointment, went to the doctor. They confirmed my lump December the 18th, 2013. From there, so December 2013, I didn't start chemo until February of 2014. So from February 2014 until June 27th, a day before my birthday, is the day that I was done with chemo. So from February to June 2014, I'm doing chemo. I'm going every single Friday. So I had to take Friday off work and go do chemo from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Sit there while they're pumping these toxins in my veins. Didn't know what to expect. Me and my mom, so my mom went with me when I found out that I had the cancer, and she went with me for my first chemo appointment. And, you know, God is so good because he will allow you to see what you're going to get into before you get into it. So we went to the place to have my first chemo appointment, where they forgot to tell me that, hey, you were supposed to take these pills last night, these steroid pills, so that you won't, you know, have an allergic reaction to the chemo. Well, nobody told me, so they forgot. So they said, okay, well, you can't have your chemo today. We need you to take these pills at night. If you don't take them, you can't do the chemo. So they said, come back next Friday. So I said, okay. Well, in between time, I'm on the internet reading and found out that before chemo, they say you should go to the dentist and get your teeth checked out just to make sure that everything's okay, because you cannot have any work done while you're in the middle of treatment. So I went to the dentist, got a checkup. He said, hey, you need to have 3 teeth pulled. I'm like, what the what? Yeah. So I went back that next Friday, gave the doctor my note and said, hey, the dentist said I need to have 3 teeth pulled. And she looked at me and she said, are you doing this on purpose? I was like, no, why would I do this on purpose? I just want to make sure that when I'm going into treatment that I eliminate everything that's going to cause me to have some type of, you know, illness or to be hospitalized. So she said, okay, I'll see you in 3 weeks. So, you know, so that's why it got pushed back to like February, because I had to make sure. So if you know anybody that's doing chemo, tell them to make sure they go to the dentist first, get their teeth checked out. And the reason why I had to wait 3 weeks, because they did pull the teeth. And then I had to wait for the gum to heal, to heal before, because once I get the chemo, it wasn't going to do it. It was just going to remain open. So, and then after that, we finally started the chemo. So my first appointment, my mom went with me. She went to all of my appointments. And I think the reason why, along with some other people, like my daughter, my Leah went, who's on here. My girlfriend, Mari, went. My girlfriend, Valerie, went. The guy I was dating at the time, he made one. Yay. And so, you know, people, my mentor who had cancer, she's a 2-time cancer survivor. She was there with me. So I had some people that, you know, supported me. So I didn't go to any chemo appointments by myself. And sometimes I had 2 people there with me, and they sat there with me from 9 to 1 o'clock while they prepped me. So they had to prep me first, gave me like 7 pills before they even put the chemo in me. So I sat there when I first got there, and first of all, they put a port inside of you. So I had a port inside of me. I still got the scar where they put this port inside of you. So when you get the chemo, they hook it up to the port instead of like doing the IV in your arm or whatever. They just hook it up to that port, and everything goes right through that port. So I had to have minor surgery in order for them to do the port. So it was like a outpatient surgery. I went in at 6 o'clock in the morning. My mom dropped me off, and I had the surgery. They called my mom when I was ready, and then I went home. And so they was prepping me for chemo. And so my first chemo appointment, I went, and for each chemo appointment, I always wore this pink jogging suit, right? This pink velour jogging suit. I wore it to every chemo appointment, and I threw it away. I should have burned that sucker. I threw it away when I got done with treatment. Every time I went, I wore that jogging suit. And then when I was done with chemo, I threw it away. And I made sure when I went, I always had a bag full of snacks, something to drink, and just something to keep me busy, you know, either whether I was talking to people or whatever, just something to keep me busy. And then I always documented my appointments. So I wasn't the type that would video me in a chair or whatever, but I always took a picture and dated, you know, who was with me on that day. And then I would post it on my Facebook page. But a lot of people didn't know what I was going through. So they just probably thought I was just posting a picture of me and somebody. But I would always post a picture and put Terminator #1 or Terminator #7. And that meant the Terminator was the chemo that was terminating the cancer cells from my body. So my first appointment, they make you watch this video first when you have your first appointment. They make you watch this cancer video about the chemo, what the side effects could be, so that you will understand what's going on. And then they give you these pills. So they have your own little package ready for you. So I had like 7 pills I had to take. And I know, I think one of the pills was Benadryl, and then some of them was the steroids that I had to take. And so I had to take the 7 pills before they give me the chemo all at one time, just wolf them down all at one time. And then I sat there. They hooked it up to my port and pumped in the chemo. So I sat there while they did that. And once you were done, then you would leave. And after my chemo appointments, me and my mom, whoever was with me, whoever, it was my mom or my daughter or my girlfriends, we would go to eat or we would go shopping. And so people would call my mom and be like, is she okay? What is she doing? My mama like, we at the mall. They like, at the mall? You know, shouldn't she be at home in the bed? And, you know, a wise survivor told me, if you have the strength to do something, do something. If you have the strength to go out after your treatments, then do that. Because there's going to come a time when you're not going to have that strength to do it. So do it while you have the strength. So every single one of my chemo appointments, I was at the mall, or whoever I was with, we sat down and we ate together. And that was just my way of, you know, not going into a pity party for myself and sitting back and, you know, feeling sorry for myself at home. I just made sure that I was up and out. And then every Friday, because I love to dance, I listened to house music. So I would go every Friday after my appointments, I would go to dance. And this was relaxing for me. This was therapy for me. And I would just go, and my girlfriend would go with me, but I would just be off to myself, you know, with my eyes closed. And I would just, that was my release. That was my release for me to, you know, keep me sane. So I was able to get through my first chemo appointment. And the first 4 months they gave me like this, they gave me Taxol, which was not as bad as the last one I took. So in May, so from May to June, I would go every 2 weeks to get my chemo. And this was what they call the Red Devil. The Red Devil was this chemo that makes you feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck. Like, I felt like after the other chemos, I was up and I was gone. I was at it. This one, I felt the fatigue. I felt like my body was just, it's been hit by a truck. So that one really slowed me down a lot, but I still pushed my way. And I just thank God for really giving me the strength and really just giving me, you know, the will to keep pushing. Because I believe if I didn't have any kids or anything, that I probably would have just gave up, because chemo is a horrible thing. But I just thank God that he kept me, and that I asked him to preserve me. And my God, he did just that. He preserved me. And even, you know, when I was done with chemo, you still have these side effects from chemo. Like, I lost all of my hair, but here you go. It's all back, and it's a better grade of hair. And I love my natural look. Never thought I would go natural. Always said I wouldn't go natural because I loved my relaxed look, but I like this even better, you know. So like, I used to be a lot thicker without when I didn't have cancer, but your body takes on a whole new man of its own. So you just have to go with what God has blessed you with. Be happy that you're still here, and just work on being healthy and spreading the message that, hey, my God has healed me. He has given me a second chance to be here. And with that second chance, you just do everything that you can to advance the kingdom and to work in your purpose, and surround yourself with people that's going to help you walk in your purpose, that's going to correct you when you are not, and they're going to help you stay focused. So that's what the poem was about tonight. Keymo Dayzee. It was about me just getting that moment down, about me going through chemo so that I wouldn't forget. Every time I read that poem, I get so emotional because I know what each moment felt like. Like my nails got so black that, and they got infected that the top of the nail bed came off. Like it was infected, it came off. The same thing with my toenails. Like they came out, it turned black and they came off, but they grew back. I mean, God is good. It grew back. So I'm just glad that I'm here. I'm here to testify that, you know, God heals. And, you know, just know your family history, know what your risks are, and do something to reduce your risk. And start exercising and eating right, and cut down on the red meat. If you're smoking, stop smoking. And if you know in your family that cancer runs in your family, then you should be talking to your doctor and letting them know what type of cancer is running in your family so that you can get a jump start on what's happening. There's a thing that's called a previvor. A previvor is someone who has a hereditary link in their family of cancer, and they go and take a test to see if they have the positive gene, which is called a BRCA gene. And if you have that BRCA gene, then you have a chance to do something about it. And women have taken control, and they have done something about that gene. So you don't have to be a sitting target. So I encourage you to join me tomorrow at 8 p.m. where we will be doing Visions of Happiness day number 9. And we're going to go all the way to the 28th, which is my 50th birthday. And I originally wanted to plan something really nice, but with everything going on, you know, it's just is not going to work out. And I want people to come and be, you know, secure and not have to worry about, you know, this coronavirus. So maybe I'll plan something later. But for right now, this is my way of celebrating and commemorating my 50th birthday by letting you in on my poem collection. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, if you like the poem, just hit the like button just to let me know that you like it, just to show me some love. Thank you, my Leah, for that comment. So thank you guys. I will be here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And I don't know what the poem is going to be, but all of the poems for this week is going to be centered around the title of the section is called Wounded Warrior. So the title of this section for this week is called Wounded Warrior. So the poems that I wrote when I was going through my cancer treatment, those will be the ones that I'm reading tonight. And the reason is because Sunday was National Cancer Survivors Day. So in celebration of that, that's why. And last week it was all about Black love, uplifting Black men, Black women, Black lives. So yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night to share in my vision of happiness.